Traders! Throw our opinions out the window and pay attention to the price action. Bitcoin is sitting on the 200 exponential moving average, and if this level breaks, it could be the moment that defines the entire cycle. We've seen this before. In 2022, price broke this level, and what happened next really surprised everyone. And now it's happening again. At the same time, Ethereum just gave me a signal, and that completely changed how I'm going about this market. So here's the real question. Is this the beginning of a bear market? Or is this the beginning of something much bigger? Because what I'm seeing on the lower time frames doesn't match the fear that we're seeing on the higher ones. Traders, let's go! So in this video, this is what I'm going to show you. Why the 200 exponential moving average is key right now. The $50,000 level, how that could change everything. The 70-30 probability setup on Bitcoin, and the exact lesson from my Ethereum trade. I share this analysis regularly. So if you want this consistent and you want these updates consistently during these types of markets, I encourage you to make sure you subscribe to this channel. It's very easy to do. All you have to do is press this button, and there you go. You're subscribed. Also, help me out. Let's get 30 likes. Press the like button. Give me 30 likes, people. Come on, help me out here. Share this with one serious trader if you have any serious trader friends at all. And if you have a question, make sure you put the questions in the comment section below. It's very easy to do, and I will get to them as quickly as possible. All right, so before we get into the charts, you know we have to talk about the macro because this is where things get interesting. Eric Trump, that's right, folks. Okay, that's not an Eric Trump impression, but let's hear what he had to say.
Bank that I banked with for 25 years, it took me 120 days to go through a Know Your Customer, right? And you're sitting there saying, why? Why is it every week as a hospitality company, right? I'm trying to get a wire out, or I'm waiting to receive a wire through the SWIFT system, where if I don't get it out by 5 o'clock, and by the way, even if you get it out at 5 o'clock, zero chance it's making there before Monday. You know, when you can transfer $500 million worth of Bitcoin from an iPhone to an iPhone, having a wallet address, you know, at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, you know, for no fees.
All right, we get the idea. That's right, folks. But with Bitcoin, you could transfer $500 million on a Sunday night with no fees, and that scares the big boys, right? Think about that. Borderless, instantless, permissionless, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's instant. Now, that's not just money. That's the power shifting. And then we have this guy. My favorite. Michael Saylor says the United States can make $80 trillion by strategically accumulating Bitcoin. That's bigger balls than I have. Let's take a quick listen, shall we?
Say on this topic is the U.S. could own 20% of the network like that for free. The dollar would strengthen, the nation would be enriched. And the real promise is if you own 4 to 6 million Bitcoin, you're going to pay off the entire national debt. You're going to neutralize it. We can generate a $50 trillion to $80 trillion benefit to the United States people, to the citizens, to the taxpayer.
That's a lot of trillions, people, and that is a lot of money, more than mine. Anyway, whether you agree with that number or not, what this guy's saying, look at the general idea of the conversation. This isn't retail hype. This is political and institutional level talk here. And here's the most important part. While fear is high, people are asking if this is a bear market. And let me tell you, whales are buying Bitcoin like we haven't seen in a while. Capital is positioning. When retail is scared, smart money accumulates. Something is developing. So you better be prepared, people. Now, let's get into the charts. So we're going to begin with this chart here. This here is the monthly Bitcoin chart here, right? So price is sitting right on the weekly. Price is sitting on the 200 exponential moving average support. This is a major level, okay? Back in 2022, Bitcoin broke below this exact level, and everything looked extremely bearish. Then demand came in, right? And the market eventually created a massive expansion. That's where we saw the 126K high. Now we're seeing something similar. Price is testing the EMA again. And yes, it feels bearish. But here's what I believe. If price breaks lower, then the 50K level becomes very important and a possibility. On the left side, though, we have strong historical support around that 50K level. You better believe that's going to be a psychological level for sure. That could be the zone where real demand steps in before another major expansion. So if we pull back lower, that doesn't automatically mean a long-term bear market. It just means a deeper accumulation. Make sure to keep that in mind and don't get stuck in any opinions. Now, before anything major happens on the weekly, this time frame usually reacts first. This is the 12-hour. Now, from here, I see two scenarios. The 70% probability price moves higher first, maybe into 78, 80K resistance. That's a strong supply zone. From there, we could see a rejection and a continuation lower. 30% probability, price ignores everything and continues selling off right away. And yes, people, that's a market that market has been weak. This market has been weak recently. And if the weekly order block has been respected multiple times, it's reasonable to expect one more reaction before any deeper pullback. All right, so now, before I continue to the next time frame, I just want to mention on the 4-hour chart, all of my trades are tracked on Profits Precision, and every real-time update is in my Telegram channel, right? So don't miss out. YouTube is for the structure where we talk about some of the details, but Telegram is where all the details are for the trades, okay? The entry, the exit, the stop loss, everything's there, and you can see there's a QR code. Scan it. Do it now. Anyway, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So we can clearly see a bear flag forming, all right? So we have a strong drop, then we have accumulation, and typically that means a continuation lower. If that plays out, price likely taps into a deeply bullish order block. From there, we're looking at two outcomes. Either we bounce into a higher time frame supply zone and then continue lower, or demand fails completely and we push lower in a hurry. This is the decision zone. So make sure you take note of that. Now, let's jump to the 8-hour Ethereum chart. Price is entering the bullish order block. If we zoom in, we can see it hasn't fully tapped the full order block yet, right? It hasn't fully tapped the close of the first strong bullish candle. There's a sell side liquidity sitting below. Most likely, price sweeps that liquidity. After that, we either get a reaction upward or we get a continuation lower. All right, this level is the decision level. This decides the momentum. Now, one more. Let's take a look at the 2-hour time frame because this is where the trade lesson is. And this is an important part. I've been waiting for this trade for 5 days. We marked this key level. I told you, if price respects this area right here, then I go long. If it doesn't, I get cautious. Price came into the level, but never gave strong bullish momentum. So I waited, okay? And then we saw a 3-candle bullish pattern, right? And at that point, I reduced risk and I moved my stop loss. So the trade was actually in there, and then I moved my stop loss to break even. Why? Because if the level was truly bullish, price should have gone up aggressively. There was liquidity above, there was structure for an objective, but it never actually made the move. So instead, we got a strong bearish candle, right? And guess what that means? That means I am out, okay, at break even because I moved the stop. No loss, no emotional problems, just clean trades, okay? This is what it's like. This is what being a trader is all about. If a level doesn't behave the way it should, you should protect it. You should protect yourself. There's no question about that. I take losses when the market invalidates me unexpectedly, not when the market shows weakness in real time. That is called following your plan. Now, real quick, as you guys know, I'm running a fully public trade challenge. Right? Running $10,000 to $100,000. It's been a little slow because I'm not forcing trades. I'm not gambling. And I'm taking trades only when structure aligns. And all of these trades are taken on the WeX platform because it's fast, the spreads are tight, and the fees are low. And in markets like this, that really matters. And of course, everything's tracked using the Profits Precision platform. Everything's logged, all the losses, all the break-evens, everything, no cherry picking. And of course, all the updates are in the free Telegram channel. So if you're not in there, people, I don't know what you're waiting for. So just a quick recap. Bitcoin is sitting on the 200 exponential moving average, a major long-term support. A break could send us toward the $50,000 level. The 12-hour shows that's the 4-hour. The 12-hour is showing us a 70% chance of a push higher, okay? And the 4-hour, that's what I want to show you here, is a bear flag forming, and that's important to keep in mind. Ethereum just tapped the demand but failed to expand, and this is basically sticking to the plan to save the trade. This isn't overreacting. This is simply positioning. Now, people, again, listen, a major move is coming. Whether it's a bounce or a deeper pullback, this market is about to expand one way or the other. If you're not inside the Telegram, it's very simple. You're going to miss out, all right? And you want to be on top of these updates. Just scan the QR code and you're in there, because that's where I share the live entries, the real-time updates, and the challenge progress as it unfolds. So, again, if you're serious about the markets, join the Telegram. All the links that you need are in the description, and I will see you in the next one.